welcome to my channel. My name is Shruti and I make a ton of videos about study abroad, and if you're interested in those videos, please make sure you check them out once you're done watching this video. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to have a successful Minerva application, so stay tuned. Just before starting this video, I want to let you know, if you have absolutely any doubt, make sure you ask it in the comment section down below. I answer to every single comment, so I promise I'll get back to you within 24 hours. So just comment your question down below and I'll answer. So the basic overview of Minerva application, that it is divided into two sections, that is 6 challenges and 6 accomplishments. Now the thing with Minerva application is that Minerva itself is very new and they keep changing the application, so just keep that in mind. So we're going to start with the challenges section. Now this section has 6 challenges in total, and you don't need to take these challenges in one sitting. In my case, I took the first 4 on the first day and the next 2 on the second day. And each section has a practice test, and the great thing about this practice test is that it's very similar to the actual test. In fact, some of the questions of practice test ended up getting me on the actual test, which was great. And with this practice test, there's one thing that there's only one practice test, but you can practice it multiple times. The first challenge is the understanding part. Now this part is very similar to the SAT reading and writing section, but very easy. So I took the SAT and it was fairly easy for me to do well on this understanding part of Minerva application. Now the next part is the creativity part. Not my personal favorite. It is easy, but it puts you on the spot and can be slightly stressful. The tip that I will give you is just pour down everything that comes to your mind. And one more thing I'll tell is that this section, you don't have to write sentences. That is what I will tell you. I'm interrupting my own video. If you have liked this video so far and if you are interested in study abroad related videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. I am thanking in advance for liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Back to the video. Now the third section is math section. Now this section is not necessarily tough, but it's super fast paced, like extremely fast paced, like 20 questions for 8 minutes. That's not even 30 seconds for one question. It is extremely fast paced. So what I would suggest is do SAT math, because the material of SAT math is very similar to the test that Minerva asks. But the thing is, it is extremely fast paced. The second thing is Minerva does not allow you to use calculator. And that's the reason why the numbers are not complex on the test. So what I would suggest to be better at being fast-paced is practice basic math. Practice basic math from 3rd grade, the subtraction, the addition, the multiplication and division. You should reach to the level where 5 plus 7, 12, you should know it. You don't have to do the math. It should be in your head. So that's the level that you should reach. If you reach to that level, it would be very easy for you. So that's the tip that I will give you for the math section. The next section is reasoning. Now the practice test that they give for reasoning is very similar to the actual test. So if you want to practice more of this, you can search up similar tests on Google and practice it. So for me, it was super easy. So what I will say is, if you're good at patterns and mirror images, this test is going to be amazing for you. Next section is expression. Now this section is very similar to TOEFL speaking section, but more deeper in terms like Minerva is not only trying to make sure that you're good at speaking English, but it's also trying to understand you as a candidate. So they will ask you more deeper questions. So of course I cannot release the actual questions that were asked to me, but I would recommend is answer these questions and get a basic idea of who you are and what do you want, so that you will have a basic structure as to what you will say on that day. These questions will give you a perfect guideline to make a perfect answer on Minerva Expression Challenge. And what I did was I wrote these questions and I made a web diagram and I answered different answers for this one particular question, like different layers to this one particular question. And the next tip I will give you for expression section and even the next section, that is writing, is read the entire website of Minerva and try to get a hang of the language that Minerva uses. There's a specific language that Minerva used throughout their website and certain words that they were using. So you'll get a basic idea as to what they're looking in a candidate. And you can plug those words or plug that kind of language in your speaking and in your writing, and that will make a good impression. So read the entire website. That will also help you to find more about Minerva and also help you make your answers sound way better. And that's what I did. I read the entire website of Minerva and it was really helpful. So I would suggest, please read the website of Minerva, the entirety of it. So now with this expression section, there are 6 questions in this, basically 6 interview questions, and they are back to back. That means one ends and the other starts. You will have in total 20 seconds to hear to the video and audio and also make points for your answer. So you have to watch that video and also form your answer in the 20 seconds, and you have to speak for 2 minutes. So it is very similar to TOEFL speaking section. A very good tip that I can give is follow a template, a speaking template. I'll put that in the description box below. That will help you a lot to form your answers. So basically you don't have to worry about how am I going to frame this answer. You just have to worry about the content of the answer because you already have the framework. That's what I use, and I'll put that in the description box below so that you can check it out. One more thing that I want to let you know is, just in case, God forbid, but if you fluster in one question, you completely go blank and you don't say anything for that question, don't worry. Calm your nerves down, do yourself a favor and calm down for the next question and give your best in the next question and whatever that is remaining of that test. Because if you fluster and you still rise up and give a great answer, that will tell the admission commission that you are a person who does not give up. And I'm sure that they will appreciate this attitude. So please do not give up and give your best in the remaining of the test. And the other section is the writing section. Now with this section, they do not give practice test. They give you 2 prompts on the actual test and you have to choose one of them. This prompt is again very similar to TOEFL writing section, but again super deep. Like they will give you a situation and then you have to write about it. Again, I'll put a template down below in the description and follow it. Have a writing template. It is very similar to TOEFL writing template that I used for my TOEFL exam. So once you follow that, again, you don't have to worry about how the hell am I going to structure this essay, but you just have to worry about the content. And you have only 20 minutes to write this. With these time constraints, you want to make sure that you deliver the best of the best quality that you have. So having a template will make your job way easier. So please follow a template. Now the next section, that is the accomplishment section. Now if you read a few examples that Minerva has given for the accomplishment section, you will figure out as to what exactly accomplishment means to Minerva. Now what I found out by reading those examples, that Minerva does appreciate traditional accomplishments, but they love unconventional accomplishments. Second thing, they strongly advise not to put academic accomplishments in the accomplishment section because they say that academic accomplishments are meant to be in the transcript and not in the accomplishment section. The third thing is quantify, quantify, quantify. They mention this everywhere. And in general, when you look at it, quantifying really improves your application. So say if you worked at a shop in summer, pray to raise some money for a cause, mention how many hours you worked, how much money you raised, how many people this impacted. Mention how many. They truly appreciate when you quantify and it uplifts your application. So please quantify. The thing that I really found difficult about this section is the character limitation. They only allow 1,000 characters per accomplishment. Only 1,000. So that is 500 for description and 500 for significance. And let me tell you, 500 characters is not huge. It is very little and it was tough to boil it down that much. But at the end, it forced me to remove everything that was filler and keep the essential. So at the end, it turned out to be beautiful. So it was great, but it was tough. And now this is the obvious tip. Use an application and write out everything that comes to your mind regarding that accomplishment and later boil it down to the essential. This will help you to maintain the 500 character cap, but will also make sure that you don't miss out on something important. So while cut down the repetition, make long sentences into short ones, find short synonyms for long words, and this will help you to fit in the essential in those 500 character cap. And there is also an evidence section in the accomplishment section. Make sure that you give a solid evidence, because if you don't give a solid evidence, the accomplishment is basically worthless because there's nothing to back it up. So call if you want to call somebody for a letter, attach certificates, attach YouTube links, whatever you want. You attach as much as you can and strengthen your accomplishment section, and you will have a good chance of getting into Minerva. Please, if you do get into Minerva, put that in the comment section down below so that we can celebrate together. Just one thing I want to let you know, that I won't be going to Minerva. Even though I applied to Minerva, I decided last minute that Minerva is not the right university for me, and that's the reason why I ended up choosing Texas Tech. But if you do, please put that in the comment section down below. I was super passionate about Minerva, and I'll be super happy to find out that my video helped somebody. So please put that in the comment section down below and I'll be super grateful to you. Anyways, this is it guys for today's video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you're interested in study abroad related videos. Till then, see you.